Okay, JMBRAI 17, Lagos, Olarinwaju, Port Harcourt, Chinonso, Odudura, Lagos, Onyemaize Samuel from Port Harcourt. Let's go, let's go, let's go. That's also that's very, very, very awesome. I'm actually hosting this call from Port Harcourt City. All right, this proves to show that we can learn anything online. Because if you look at this now, all of us are all in different locations. Okay, we are all in different locations, all plugged into this beautiful call, and we are all going to be learning some very, very important training, despite the fact that we don't stay close to each other. All right, this is the extent to which this world has currently evolved. Okay, so let me start by briefly introducing myself. This call is not going to be super long. It's a very, very comprehensive course that is going to cover every single topic we need to cover. All right. So like in less than 2 hours, 2 hours we're going to be done with day one. Tomorrow day two, less than 2 hours we're going to be done, and next tomorrow day three, less than 2 hours we're going to be done. So let me start by introducing myself. My name is Agbade Joe Michael, and I've been trading forex for about 5 years now. Next couple of months will make me 6 years in this business, and it's been a very, very beautiful journey. All right, when I started my journey, I started from being a student, like every single person. All right, I didn't know anything about trading. I was just looking for a way to start earning a living, and then I stumbled upon forex, and then I started my journey. When I started my journey, I was just in year two. I think year two or year three, one of them, sure. Yeah, I think year two. That was when I started my journey. And when I started my journey, trust me, I didn't have much. I only had the phone, and the phone was not a good phone. The phone just had 2 gig RAM. It was slow. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have anything, and that was what I started with. And the road to success has not really been a straight line like that. It has been really with some form of obstacles, but where I started from and where I currently am right now, there's a huge difference. And the only reason why I was able to get to this particular point is because I got started. A lot of persons really want to learn the skill sets, all right, but there are a few things actually holding them back. Number one, either they don't have the capital. Okay, paying for an academy is expensive, and most persons don't really have the money, but they really want to learn, but they don't know how to go about it because they don't have huge amounts. That's one. And number two, other persons also want to learn, but they are riddled with excuses. They feel, oh, they need a laptop to start. They feel, oh, they need a good phone to start. Oh, they need large capitals and stuff like that. All right. So this call is designed to get us all started with forex. If you've started with forex too before and you've not been having a very smooth journey too, you're going to learn a lot of things from this call that's going to help you become a better trader. You understand? So, but if you're also new to this call, is designed to explain every single thing you need to know about getting started and help you create an account, know how to use the account, know how to analyze your charts on your phone, on your laptop, know how to use support and resistance enter trades, know how to use break even, how to use everything, how to calculate speed, stop loss, lot sizes, every single thing you need. All right, this is what I'm going to be explaining on this course. Is a very, 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 very powerful one. So day one is introduction. Okay, the one is actually introduction. So when I say introduction, you can't hear from your end. All right, just think else answer that. All right, so the one is actually introduction. So I'm going to be basically explaining the whole forex to you in the one. So I'm going to explain to you what forex actually is, how it actually works, what are the players, how the thing works, what makes the market move up and down, what is currency pairs, what is quote was base, why does it move up, why does it move down, why is it green, why is it red, what is this, what is that, everything. I'm going to explain every single thing. What are the things that make these currencies move up, what makes economies move like this, what makes them move like that, stuff like that. I will dissect every single thing so you're able to understand it. So tomorrow if you see chat or tomorrow if you hear forex, You basically understand everything. So if you only join day one, anytime you hear forex, you don't understand what they are. Anytime you hear I'm buying, you understand what they're actually saying. Anytime you will hear, oh, I'm selling this currency, you understand. You get. Now day two is an entirely different day. Today, day two, we are going to be talking about the technical aspects of it. So when I say technical, what do I mean? That's the day we are going to open our live accounts and our demo account. That is the day I'm going to show you how to use the live account and demo accounts to enter trades. You understand? I'll teach you stop loss, teach you take profit, teach you lot sizes, teach you how to calculate your risk and your reward before you enter positions, all of those things. Then after we are done with this particular training, now we'll now enter the next one, which is basically going to be how to trade. I'm now going to open trading view, dissect trading view, show you how to use trading view to mark up your chart, how to draw support, resistance, trend line, how to use that to actually estimate your stops and all of that. Then how to, after analyzing from here, enter the orders on your phone. So after the two, you should actually understand very well how to mark up your chart yourself. You have a trading view account now to mark it up, and then you should know how to take trades on your account. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be very, very good, but you're going to be able to actually do things on your own to a very large extent. You understand? To a very large. So anytime you enter any, see any good signal and you want to enter, you can easily just bring out your phone and enter the signal. Anytime you want to mark up your chart yourself, you can bring out your trading view, mark up your chart, and enter trades on your own. And if you're super new, definitely these are not things you're going to know how to do before you join this call. Do you understand? But you get to know every single thing. How to mark up on phone, if you have a phone, if you have a laptop, how to mark up on your laptop. A lot of things, very, very. I just trying to summarize it. I don't really waste time. Then day three, which is the most powerful day. On the day three, I'm going to talking about something different. What am I talking about on the day three? I'm talking about how to what do you call it? How to win in forex. Now, when it comes to forex trading, now a lot of persons struggle for years because of the lack that they treat. Every single thing has to do with the psychology of forex. Every single thing, every single thing bundled together in 2 hours and teach you guys. Do you understand? So let's go straight to the point and let me share my screen right now. Please, can you guys hear me clearly? If you can't hear me clearly, get an earpiece. If you can't hear me clearly, get an earpiece. It may actually be a bug from maybe the type of phone you're using, stuff like that. So if you've been if you're a member of BT Academy, you are definitely very familiar with this. And if you're new and you're not a member of BT Academy, definitely what you're seeing here is going to be scaring you. You know, black, black, black. Some pastors say, hey, black is evil, black is demonic, stuff like that. But here, black is not evil, black is not demonic. Black, which you're seeing here, is where I mark up my charts. Okay, so I can use black like this, and I can also use white, but I prefer using black because black is less stressful on the eyes. And forest traders, us forest traders, we spend so many hours in front of our charts. You get, so that's why. So what you're seeing here now is called Trading View, and this is where I'm supposed to be doing my teaching from. So first of all, what is forex? First of all, what is forex? So forex is an abbreviation, not vion. Please get a pen and a paper, all right, get a pen and a book so you can be taking down notes and just try to not distract yourself, okay? For foreign exchange. So people actually saw foreign exchange and they were like, how do we make this thing sounds sexy? Because I imagine saying, imagine I asked you, what do you do for a living? And then you see, I trade foreign exchange. How does this sound? Sounds boring, right? But if I ask you, what do you do for a living? And you say, I trade forex. Oh wow, that sounds very sexy. So forex is just an abbreviation for foreign exchange. So you can see it now. They took the first four letters and added the last two letters together to make forex. And what is foreign exchange? Foreign exchange is basically the exchange of currencies, commodities. Do you understand? So if I have gold right now and I go to sell the gold to you, all right, and you give me naira in return, I have exchanged a commodity for currency. So I've participated in forex. So that is basically what forex. That's what all forex should assume. They are basically either buying commodities or selling commodities or buying currencies and selling currencies. Simple exchange of currencies and commodities, stocks, bonds, all of those things. Anything you can actually exchange that has value. That's what we call forex. Now, the history of forex is a very, very long one. But let me just tell you, the foreign exchange market is the oldest market in history. In fact, the richest man in the world in history, King Solomon, was a forex trader. He exchanged gold, cowries, commodities. That's what he actually did during his time. And that's why he became the richest man in the world. So in this life, right, there has always been a medium of exchange. In the past, we used food. If you want gari, you bring rice. I'll collect your rice and I'll give you gari, stuff like that. Then with time, we started using cowries. Those are actually what our forefathers used. Then after time, they developed currencies and stuff like that. So right now, currencies is what we use, which is actually very, very convenient. Okay, exchange of currencies, exchange of commodities, exchange of that's what forex actually is. Now, the forex market is the okay, oldest and largest financial market. Now, we have so many financial markets. So there are so many financial markets. We have crypto markets, the financial markets. We have stocks, we have this, we have that, all of this. Of all those financial markets, forex markets is the biggest. In fact, if you pack all the financial markets we have together and combine all of them together, they are still not as big as the forex market. That is how big the forex market is. Now, over time, everything has actually gotten digital. All right. To the extent where you can basically exchange these commodities, exchange these goods, you know, over your phone digitally, and that's the one you basically know of. You understand? But anytime you hear forex, just keep in mind that it's just the exchange of commodities. Now there are different types of forex trading. Okay, I'm going to list just two. I'll list three actually. We have sports, we have leverage, and we have um options. Okay, let me explain what sport is, then I'll go to leverage, and I'll go to options. Okay. Now, as I want to explain this sport now, to make it actually better understand what I'm really talking about. I hope my network is not breaking. So make you understand what I'm talking about better. I'm going to only use currencies, and the currencies I'm going to use is going to be naira and the US dollar. All right. I want to leave this country and I need dollars. Let's say I need $5,000. So I go to these Abuki guys and I'm like, oh, I need dollars, and they'll tell me, oh, Oga is 1 4 50. So I'll bring the money. Let's say I need $1,000. I'll bring 1.4 million 50,000 naira and give it to them. They'll give me $1,000. All right. What I just did basically is spot trading of the forex market. I just exchanged my naira for the US dollar. That's what they call spot trading of the forex markets. If you go on Bybit or Binance and you go and buy USDT, it's similar to that. You exchange naira for USDT. That's basically what they call spot trading. Now, from spot trading of forex, you can actually make money. But the thing with spot trading of forex that for you to make money, you need a large amount of capital. But let me show you how you can make money through spot trading. Now, Christmas is coming, and during Christmas period, let's say um, dollar loses value. Okay, during Christmas period, let's assume dollar loses value. So now, this Christmas period now, dollar drops to 1 4 1 4, let's say 1 4 20. All right. So I want to buy. I wanna take 1,000. I'll take 1.4 million, and I'll buy. Let's say it drops to 1 4 per dollar. So I'll take 1.4 million, and I'll buy $1,000. Okay. So with this now, I have $1,000. The Aboki guy will collect my 1.4 million and just give me $1,000. Now, 6 months after, let's say around April next year, dollar rises to let's assume dollar rises to 1,650. Okay. If I take that my $1,000 now and go to meet those Abuki guys to sell, okay, I would sell for 1.6 million 50,000 naira. 1.65 m. So you see, I'll be making a profit of 250,000 naira. Why? Because I bought dollar at a low rate, right? And I sold dollar at a high rate. This is basically how spot trading actually works. Just look at yourself as a business person. As a business person, you're buying commodities, you're selling goods and all of those things. You want to buy it cheap and you want to sell it high. That is how spot trading of forex markets is. A lot of person actually use this to make money. You see all these guys that say, "Oh, I'm Dave Exchange, I'm this exchange, that one, that one, that one." They all try to take advantage of differences in prices between these things to be making money. They buy when it's low, they sell when it's high, just small difference. And if you add everything up together, you'll be making money at the end of the month. Okay. All these Aboki guys who are also Malam that sells and buy current coins, sorry, dollars is how they also make money too. So you can trade sports, but the thing is that sports markets, the profit there is small. You want to buy Lambo, how long would you have trade the sports market to be able to afford to buy Lambo like Habi? It's very expensive. That is what we call sports trading. I've taught that one, explained. The next one, which is the one all of us trade, or the one we mostly see when you see, what do you call it? Abi, you see this one, you see Lambo, you see Cybertruck, you see all of those things. The one we all trade is called leverage. It's called leverage trading. So what is leverage trading? Okay. Now you know that there are these micro movements in the forex market, right? So to actually explain leverage, I want to actually give you two terminologies. All right. The first terminology is buy, okay, and the second terminology is sell. All right. Anytime you see buy, take note of this, please. Things are really about to get serious. Okay, let me check. Let me check to see if you guys are following me before I continue. Are you guys following me? Okay, you guys are following me. Okay. Buy and sell. Those are the two terminologies you actually have. Anytime you hear buy, it's simple. Predicting price goes up. I don't want to start going into the buy orders and set. No, I'm making it very simple for everybody to understand. I don't want a situation whereby at the end of the session, some persons will get what I'm talking about, while some persons will be confused. So don't confuse. I'll make it very, very simple. Very, very simple. Anytime you hear buy, you're predicting the market to go up. Simple. And anytime you hear sell, you're predicting the market would go down. That's simple. So that's what we do. When you're on that signal group and you hear buy gold now, buy gold now, gold will soon buy. What they are saying is that I am predicting the value of gold will go up. Simple. And when they say, oh, sell, 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 I'm predicting the value would go down. It starts simple. Now, what is leverage? And why do all of us trade leverage? Hmm? Because leverage gives us the ability to risk more and make or lose more, which is actually very important to us as traders. You understand? So normally, when the first market actually came out, to trade normal traditional markets with professional brokers, you need a huge amount of money to trade capital to trade. All right, you need a huge amount of money to trade. Then leverage is not actually available, so the profit you can actually make is very, very small. If you have like $1 million, you only be able to risk a certain amount, and when you use that certain amount, you don't make much. So normally, before leverage came out, all right, you could not actually risk much when trading, and you need a huge amount of money to trade. But then over the years, we now have what we call retail brokers. What these guys now came up with an idea. Say, yeah, these people don't trade forex. Eh? These people don't trade forex now, right? What if we borrow them? What if we borrow them money to trade? What if we borrow them money to trade? So that's the whole point of leverage. So I'm going to make leverage very, very simple for you to understand. I don't want to confuse you. I have $100 to trade. Normally, when it comes to trading forex, there's no leverage. Leverage is going to be 1:1. That means there's no leverage. If I want to trade with $100 with no leverage, the maximum lot size I'll be able to use will be 0.01, and I won't be able to make money. You understand? So leverage is basically look at let's borrow these guys money so they can be able to trade more and make more or lose more. So when you see leverage, all right, it's like extra money being borrowed to you to trade. So leverage comes like this: is either you have 1:10, or you have 1:100, or you have 1:1000, or you have one is to even as high as 1:2000 self. You just know the higher the leverage you have, all right, the more you can risk. The more you can risk. the more money you can make or lose. So because of leverage, that is why all of us want to trade this one, leverage trading. That is why, because the broker is willing to borrow us plenty money to trade. When the broker borrow you that money, you'll be able to enter more positions, right? And you'll be able to win more money if you risk more, or lose more money if you get your predictions wrong. So if you see, if you're using $100 now and you have a leverage of 1:100, what this basically means is that your account is $100, right? But the broker borrowed you extra money to make your amount, your tradable capital, as high as 100 times of what you had initially. So I had $100 now. 1:100 leverage basically means that my account now is now the size of a $10,000 account. So that extra capital makes it possible to you risk more and lose more. And that's why with a $100 account, you can actually easily make $500 profits. But when it comes to spot market, you don't have leverage. So your profit is going to be small, 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 small. You understand? So that is basically, you don't need to actually understand leverage, trust me. Just know that it gives you the power to be able to risk more on your accounts. Okay, that's what it gives. You understand? And that's why all of us like trading forex on leverage. This is MT5. Let me put MT5 here. Then the last one is options. This options is the one that most of you used to see every time. If you go on TikTok, a lot of persons always see expert option, pocket options. That one is also a type of trading, where you also make money too. But that one is different from MT5 in the sense that the way the market is being traded is different. I'm going to actually explain that one. I'm going to explain the difference between leverage MT5 and options in tomorrow class. I don't want to dive deep into this because today is just introduction, like I said. So let me ask the question: if I am buying the market, what am I predicting? If I'm buying the market, what am I predicting? If I'm buying the market, what am I predicting? If I'm selling the market, what am I predicting? That is awesome. That is very, 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 very awesome. So, are we good to go? Are we good to go to the next topic? All right, let's go to the next topic. So, the next topic now is become, what are currency pairs? What are currency pairs? Oopsies. Now, in Forex, leverage trading, all currencies are in pairs. When you say pair, you mean two. It's not just one. So normally we have USD and we have Euro. But in Forex, you will not see Euro separate and USD separate. They are always together. They are always together. So that's what we mean when we say currency pair. They're always together. So you either have Euro USD all right? Or you have gold XAUSD, or you have BTC USD, or you have USD JPY, or you have USD CAD, stuffs like that. So what we actually do in Forex, you need to understand first is euro is a currency in itself. It is a currency itself. It's a separate currency. All the countries in Eurozone, those are all the countries that use euro. All right. Now, USD is a currency itself. Oopsie. First time. Currency itself. And this is United States of America. When you say Eurozone, there are more than one country that uses the euro. There are more than one country. So all those countries packed together are the countries that we call the Eurozone. You understand? Then we have USD, that's United States of America itself, the king. Then we have other currencies like GBP, and this is UK. Currency itself, UK. Then we have other ones like JPY. Um, JPY is Japanese yen. What will happen is that let me call them. This is Japan. This is Great Britain pounds. It's a name for me, Great Britain. We need to change Nigerian name rather, to Great Nigeria. Great Nigeria Naira. Does that make sense? But I think I'm not spelling Britain well. Put it like this. Hey, old age. Britain. Pounds. I'm just going to write four currencies. This is United States, US dollar. It's the USD that sounds the best to me. If you ask me, USD, United States dollar. Oh, Great Britain pound, GBP. What's the full meaning of euro? I've never asked that question before. What is the full meaning of euro? No, I told you, European currencies. France uses euro, Germany, Spain, Italy, Greece, Portugal, Luxembourg, Austria, Finland, Ireland, Belgium, Netherlands. What's the full meaning? Yeah, boring, I beg. See, euro sounds like the most boring currency. Other ones actually have cool abbreviations. JPY, Japanese yen, GBP, Great Britain pounds, US, United States dollars, Eurozone. Bro, what the hell? Very boring. So euro is very sweet to trade, sha. Okay, so let me put Nigeria, NGN, Nigeria Naira, Nigeria Naira, Nigeria Naira, Nigeria Naira. Nigeria. Okay, so this is how the currencies are. So if you look at these currencies now, if you go through all the currencies in this thing, they are all in pairs. So we have GBP, for example, we have GBUSD, and that example, we have USD NGN, we have USD JPY. Then we have cards. Let me put card. That's for Canada. Canadian dollar. Boring actually. Canadian dollar. Maybe you guys actually enjoying the class, so I hope I'm not breaking. So anytime you see a currency, just remember what I told you. It's not difficult. When you say, "Oh, I was trading USGPY," just think to yourself, what is USD? United States dollars. What is JPY? Japanese yen. So USJPY is basically the currency pair of USD and the currency pair of Japan, the currency of United States and the currency of Japan merged together to USD JPY. Now let me go to the tug of war analogy. I love using this tug of war something because it makes everybody actually understand why currency pairs go up and why currency pairs go down. Tug of war. How many of us here remembers tug of war? How many of us here played tug of war when we were small, when we were younger? Let me not say small, because nobody here is small. How many of us played tug of war when we were younger? Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to draw. Please don't laugh at my drawing. Thank you very much. Um, we have, the way tug of war used to be in primary school. Yeah, there would probably be a some guys here, but now the tug of war I'm doing now is between a guy and a girl. So this is tug of war here. This Tokwe and this Olivia. Tokwe and Olivia are doing tug of war. Olivia's hair is like this. She's a girl, so you have to draw hairs for her. This is how ladies' hair used to be. What type of hair is this? I think this is like bone straight, I mean. This is bone straight. But one bone straight is to the upside, not to the downside. So they are both doing tug of war. All right. So if okay, so Olivia is trying to pull Tokwe to her side, and Tokwe is trying to pull Olivia to his side. They are both dragging the rope. Tokwe is applying force in this direction. Olivia is applying force in this direction. 503171. So now let's switch this and let's switch the direction. Let's put Olivia here. Up. That's where Olivia is now. Do not laugh at my drawing, please. Let's draw ahead too. See, most times then when it comes to trading forex, a lot of persons struggle. You know why? Because when they join an academy, it's usually complicated things. Before in there, are you talking about pips? When they are you talking about stop loss, TP? Like, bro, why are you talking about pips and stop loss and TP when I don't even understand? I don't understand why this thing is going up and going down. So once you understand the thing behind the currency pairs moving, other things are going to be very much easy for you to understand. You understand? So this is Olivia and this is Tokwe. How should I draw Tokwe? Let me draw him like this. This is leg. Yeah, skill leg actually. You see, they're both in tug of war now. But now the difference between this and that is Olivia is trying to pull Tokwe to the upside, and Tokwe is trying to pull Olivia to the downside. That is basically what these currency pairs are constantly doing. And this is what I call the tug of war analogy. Where am I going to put this tug of war analogy now? Let me put it here. All right. Tug of war analogy. So now, when it comes to forex, all right, these currency pairs are in pair, but I don't want you to see them as if they are in pairs. I want to see them as one of them is on top and the other is down. Just the way Olivia and Tokyo are battling it here. That's how these currencies are. Now, the person on top or the currency pair on top is trying to pull the pair or the pair, it's called pair, right? Up, and the one below is trying to pull the pair down. What am I doing? It's trying to pull the pair down. So let me make this one red. Let's make this one red. So that is basically how these currencies are. Okay. So let's stop here. Now to ask a question. What makes oh, I'm sorry about that. So we have and this and this one, right? So now we have you and this. So now what makes Olivia stronger than Tokwe for her to be able to pull Tokwe up? If Olivia actually goes to the gym and has muscles and she's stronger, she'll be able to pull Tokwe up. All right. If Tokwe actually falls sick and is weaker, that's basically how this currency is. So let's leave the Olivia and Tokwe's analogy. Now let's go to Euro USD. Now, if Euro gains strength, what's going to happen? It's to be able to pull this pair up. If USD gains strength, it's be able to pull this pair down. So when you go to your forex chart, all right, a chart is basically diagrammatical representation of what the market is currently doing. So when you see these things like this, all right, you will notice something. It's not staying in one position. It's going up, then coming down, then 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 going up, then coming down. That's how it's constantly moving. And the reason why it's constantly moving like this is because the value of these currencies, hold on a second, please, are constantly changing. So for this currency pair to go up, all right, for this currency pair to go up, that basically means euro either gains strength. For this currency pair to go up, you we are talking about USD now. It's talk of, remember. For this currency pair to gain strength, that means euro either gains strength, because if euro gains strength now, it's stronger. In Yoruba, they'll say onige, olagbara. You understand? For it means it actually gains strength. Right? For the pair to go up, that means euro actually gains strength. I was able to pull USD up. So in a situation whereby you see euro like this, constantly pulling USD up like this, that basically means euro is stronger. Two things can actually make euro stronger. One, if euro gains strength, or two, if USD lost strength. So if euro gains strength, it's going to be strong enough to pull the pair up, and if USD loses strength, it's also going to be strong enough to also still pull the pair up. So those are the two conditions that can make it pull up. So anytime you see the market going up, that is the reason. That is the reason. And vice versa too. If USD gains strength, it will be able to pull the pair down. And if euro also loses strength, let's say they had equal strength, and euro also loses strength, it will also be able to pull the pair down. So these are the things that make people make predictions of the forex market. Which currency pair is going to gain strength right now? Which currency pair is going to lose strength? What's currently happening in the United States? Oh, there's currently a political instability in US. What do you think is going to happen to the US dollar? Is it going to be losing strength, Abi? If US are actually losing strength, where are investors going to carry their money to? They're moving their money to gold, Abi. What's going to happen to the value of gold? To be gaining strength. So what will happen to the gold USD pair? You should be buying. Simple. Now you understand why these things climb up and climb down. So let's go to this currency now. We have Euro, US. So you see now that this thing now makes sense now more to you, because anytime you see Euro, US, remember the first currency is the numerator and the second currency is the denominator. Always remember that the first currency is the numerator and the second currency is the denominator. And it's like this. So this numerator is what we call the base currency. You don't have to cram this one, don't worry. It's not like they will ask you in exam. The thing about forex that we don't do exams here, so you don't have to cram any terminology. You just need to just understand when to enter your buy and sell. In fact, a lot of people that cannot even speak English self are very good forex traders. Because forex trader is not about asking you questions. What is base currency? What's good currency? Hey, you got it. Take $100. No, that does not matter. But in case you need something like this, that's base and quote. All right. So what makes, let's go to the next topic. Let me leave this slide open. So in case I want to make reference, I can go back to it. The next question is, What makes currencies gain? Let me make a capital letter, gain or lose strength. Please, if you're getting value from this call, like you're enjoying the training, help me head over to the group chat you're actually on and drop value. If you're getting value from this call, if you're enjoying the call, head over to the group chat and drop value. After this call, I promise you, on Tuesday or Monday, if you're trading, you understand what you're going to be doing. If you're getting value, just head over to the group chat and drop value. Drop value. So those that are on the group chat and have not joined, we know that people are really getting fed on this call, and they can actually head over and join us too. So you need to understand that gain strength basically means countries trees tied countries the currency is tied to are doing well, performing well. Lose strength countries the currency is tied to are not performing well. So let's use an example. Okay, a very very obvious example. Everybody here in Nigeria knows our beloved NGN. So we use USD over NGN. The value of USD NGN is currently 1,000. It's currently 1,470. I need that percent. See, okay. So what does this basically mean? You see that thing was high before this thing got to 1,750 and 470. At the point it was around 175. I remember when I started learning forex, it was 185. I'll never forget. I paid about 150 something K for $325 subscription. But right now, $325 subscription now is about almost 600,000 naira. I mean, almost 500,000 naira. So from I think when I paid, it was 100 or something. I can't remember, but it was around that point. So at a point, it was 185. Then what now happened? It is currently now at 1,470. What does this actually mean? This basically means that yes, USD was stronger than Naira before. It was definitely stronger because um, I'm going to explain how these numbers are gotten very soon. But I don't want to confuse you. I want to be done with this topic before I enter that part. Okay? So I don't make everything scatter in your head. So before, USD had more strength than Naira. And USD was 185 times stronger than in Naira. So as a result of that, let's say Naira value was like this. Let's say Naira value was like this. And let's say USD was like this. So as a result of this, Naira then was 185 per dollar. Are you with me? Over time, what now happened? Bad governments, bad this one, that unemployment rate, inflation, this, blah, 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 blah. What happened? Naira lost so much value. Like, it lost the lesson that USD was so strong, the USD now gained small strength. So and then phew. So why did Naira lose so much strength? Because the country tied to the NGN is not performing well. That means Nigeria has not been performing well as a country. So what are the factors that determine the strength of the currency? There are so many factors. If I start going through everything like this, we'll spend the next 1 hour here or 2 hours just talking about it. So I will only just talk about just a few. I talk about just about seven of them. Number one is GDP. This reminds you of economics. Remember economics, right? When we're in secondary school, GSS, GS3, GDP, inflation. So we have GDP, we have inflation. See that school is not scam now, yeah? They are teaching people forex that time. We have unemployment rate. Um, I'm coming now. Mm, mm. I'll just leave it as this three. Let me not go in depth. Let me add imports and imports. Imports. There's a name they call it actually. There's a name they call it. But let's just leave that one alone. Let's stop here. What is GDP? Gross domestic product. So you see now, when it comes to forex, now this is what we do. This is what we are basically predicting how good the country is performing or how bad they're actually performing. Okay, there are plenty things. Sef. We have political instability. Instability. We have five insecurity. We have six. Oh, this includes wars, wars, terrorism. We have disease and pestilence. Well, let me put pandemic. There are plenty. You can just keep listening. Well, let us stop here. GDP, gross domestic product. So if you notice, if you look at all the countries in this world, okay, all the countries they all have things they offer, right? There's this particular saying, "Jack of all trades, master of none." You can never master every single thing. All right, as a human being, you can only be good at something, and then you buy other things from other persons. All right. So, for example, now if I produce crude oil now, all right, and then with my crude oil products, I'm refining it and sending those things out of the country. I'm using the crude oil, I'm using those things to create asphalt, create this, create Vaseline, and people are coming to come and buy from me. What is actually happening is that for them to buy from me, they are using their own currency to buy it from me. So they are paying me in dollars, in euros, in pounds, and stuff like that. And if I have so many things I'm selling to them, the value of my currency will be gaining, right? The value of my currency will be gaining. I don't know how to actually put this one to me, but just understand that countries that have huge exports, that have good things they are selling out, things that people are going to buy from them, their currencies perform very, very well. Their currencies perform very, very well. But countries that don't invent anything, they are constantly just buying from people, buying from people, buying from people. In Nigeria, if you take Nigeria out of Nigeria, and if you take Naira out of Nigeria, it's useless. Like you cannot exchange Naira. In fact, if you go to Dubai right now, it's just maybe I don't think I've even seen it yet because when I went to Dubai, the naira I went to was useless. I don't even carry myself because they already told me that I'm not going to use the money for anything. But it was useless. Though there are some persons that would sell dollar to you and collect transfer. You understand? But if you go to their booth to change their net, those guys do not accept naira for anything. And the people that won't collect naira self is a black market. Their rates are very terrible. And they do it like that because they are making money from it by buying from me at terrible rate and trying to sell in a different way type of thing. Is that useless? You can't go out of the country and say you want to buy a car and you want to use naira to buy the car. They will not collect from you. You need dollars. If you go to US, you want to buy a car, you need dollars. If you go to Dubai, you want to buy a car, you need dirhams or dollars or euro. That's how useless it is. Because nobody is buying anything from Nigeria and you understand, they're not producing anything. Our currencies are useless. But you see in US, they have lots of things they are producing. So exports zero. In fact, our country is so terrible that we export crude oil to people to refine, and then we import back the refined crude oil to if you try to explain this country, your head go headache you. So no exports, import. We're not producing anything, we're not selling it to anybody. So naira does not have any value. So what's going to happen? It will be dropping because it lacks value. It lacks value. Second thing, inflation. Inflation, the purchasing power of naira is very, very low. What's inflation? Inflation basically means when your currency loses, is basically the purchasing power of your currency. So before, about 3 years ago, if you want to buy Indomie, carton of Indomie, I think you need like about 1.6 or 1.7 to buy it. It's a small carton. But right now, I think it's about 4,004 or something like that. Before, if you want to buy an iPhone, then iPhone, iPhone of $1,000, it was just 380,000 naira. So with 380,000 naira, you can buy an iPhone. If the country is still the way it was then, with 380,000 naira, you can buy iPhone 17 Pro Max. But right now, it's 2 point something million. That's inflation. The naira has lost what they call it. But a lot of things actually affect causes inflation. If I go into that one, now that's a new topic on its own. All right, it's a new topic on its own, but let's leave that one. Another thing that affects is employment rate. Employment rate. Nigeria has one of the highest unemployment rates in the whole world. A lot of our youth are unemployed and jobless. A lot of our youth are unemployed. So when you have employment rates below, what happens? The currency loses value. People are doing rubbish. Another thing again we actually have is political instability. Political instability can affect the country in so many ways. So many ways. You know, we have insecurities, wars. The current war between Russia and Ukraine affected Russia currency very well. It also affected Ukraine's currency too. We have pandemic. So all these things, if a country is doing very, very well, but if the country is doing very poorly, it's going to affect their currency. Now, some countries have actually been performing poorly over the years before their economy now boosted. All right. So as a result of that, their currency has dropped rapidly over the years when they're actually performing poorly. But right now, it is now stable, no longer falling anymore. But Nigeria has been performing poorly over the years, and it's stable for now. Shows that we are trying. But again, now we always have this relapse again. When we relapse again to like 4 4 4. That is just basically how it is. And if you look at this thing now, it's going to make you actually understand this thing better. Let me bring out this few years chat. The reason why these currencies are constantly going up and going down because a lot of things are constantly going on in the country. The other time in the United States, the federal government of the United States shut down. They were not operational for like almost 2 months. The 382,000 staffs were sent home. Like people that work for the government, the federal government of the United States of America, 282,000 of them were sent home. They not sack them, oh, go home and rest. Why? Because the budget which the federal government needs to use to run for the particular year was not approved in time. So as a result of that, the federal government now have money to use to perform its operations, so they have to shut down. Different things like that. The other time it was what they call it, China versus US. The later it was US versus Canada. Then it was US versus Iran, US versus Iraq. So you see it. So up, down, up. So us as first, what do we do? Us first, what do we do? We look at these things and we predict. It's not difficult to actually predict. When I go into technical, sentimental, and fundamental analysis, I don't say it's not actually difficult to predict. Or I would say it's not actually difficult to predict. So before I move to the next part, let me tell you that all these things here you're seeing like this, all right, are all bundled inside what we call fundamentals. Fundamental. That's it. So remember what I said. So when it comes to time to explain, I'm not going to explain fundamentals in depth. I'll just tell you that, see, I taught it the first day. That is it. Because I said if you read through, we have technicals, technicals, technical. Even if I spot it well, we have fundamentals and we have psychology. Those are the three things we're actually doing on this training, psychology. So I've touched the introduction, I've touched fundamentals already. So fundamentals are basically news talking about how your economy is doing well, different aspects of the economy and stuffs like that. So if we, let's say we have a government that comes in, you know something I like about Dubai. Dubai was just like us. We are not really that developed. It was like filled with sand and all. You understand? Then they got a very, very good leader that um just took everything within his power to build the country. Now, a lot of political leaders are very, very, um, let me not use a vulgar word, but they are not really smart about managing the country. Because, yes, I know you want to embezzle money. It's normal in this world. When there is money somewhere, people will always want to take the money for themselves. But if you take money for yourself, is it not smart for you to take the money and from the country to another country to go and start using to invest in businesses in another country? Instead of doing that, why not invest in your country? Build things that can make people outside of the country want to come into the country with their own currency to pay to be at your own resort or to be at your own recreational center or to use. And what is that actually doing? It's boosting and what they call it tourism. It's bringing money into your country, which is actually going to boost your currency. But no, all of them are just carrying the money, burying it under the ground, putting it in offshore accounts, just ruining everything. So you see, the reason why Naira is like this is because of that and that. So now let's go to the next part of this training, which is currency price. Okay, we have already been live for 1 hour, 30 minutes already. In 30 minutes time, we're going to be done. Let me hide this one here. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, let me hide this one here. Where's this thing? Oh, sorry, give me a second, please. You right? Okay, it's here. From here. Okay. You look at the side of your screen of my screen. You will see price, like more like a figure, one point something something. What does that figure mean? It's called price. Let me bring out this currency. Okay, no, it's called price. Now, when it comes to when it comes to um rating how high or how low something is, we need to use numbers to do it. All right, we need to use numbers to do it. So in forex, there's what we call current market price, and this current market price is a way of seeing how a currency pair actually is at the moment, where it currently is at the moment. So market price is equal to, this is a calculation, okay? Euro price of euro divided by, make this all caps, divided by price of USD. Simple. That is basically what it is. So now let's do this. Let's actually be practical, right? Let's be practical. See, everything in forex, it's calculation. Forex is calculation, mass, simple. Just calculation. Everything in forex calculation. Calculation and economics. So let's search for the price of euro. We'll use naira as our um unit. What's the price of what is the current price of euro? 1672.1. Let's put 1672. So here we have 1672. So what is the current price of USD? 1441. I took away the decimal point. This decimal point, so it's easy for us to calculate. 1441. Someone please divide 1672 by 1441. Let me know what we have. 1672 divided by 1441. Oops. What is this? Have I gotten an answer? Oh, that was very fast. So who answered me? 1.160. So that's 1.160. Let me add the decimal points here. I think this was 0.20 and this was 0.65. Please add the decimal points behind it. Let's see what we are going to get. Add the decimal point behind it. Let's see what we are going to get. 1672.20 divided by 1441.65. That's 1.15992. That means that decimal point 992. Okay. Now let's go and open um under UUSD tab, because I know, as you guys can see, I love UUSD very much. Hmm? If you look at this thing here, because tomorrow I'm talking about market price, I'm talking about entry, stop loss, TP. So what I'm trying to do with this training is I'm trying to connect. When it comes, the difference between Nigeria and American movies is that Americans are very good at storytelling. You understand? Like if you watch movies like Game of Thrones, it starts at different points. And at a point, the whole storyline will now converge together. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I know that tomorrow I'm going to teaching things like coin market price, TPSL, pips, all of those plain things. So I'm trying to like explain the stories, the reason why this is going up, the reason why the price like the reason why it goes up, it comes down. So when I get to the point where I'm explaining certain things, I will not be I'll not be making references to what I taught yesterday. And I'll be like, okay. You understand? So that's basically it. All right. So the current market price here, what did we get from what we calculated? We got 1 point. Let me bring this thing here. We got 1.15992. If you look at this thing here, look at this green thing. This scale is more like a ruler. It's a scale of the prices. So where the price currently is where this place currently is going to be. But this is like a scale showing you the possible prices. So this green place is showing you where the market currently is at the moment. Where the market currently is at the moment. And this price is showing you 1.15985. 1.15985. 1.15985. So you see that we are very, very close. So by just dividing the value of euro by the value of USD, we got the current market price. The reason why this one is lower is because the first market closes on Friday. So that means this was the market price as at 10:45 p.m. on Friday. The value of euro divided by the value of USD. This was the price as at 10:45 p.m. on Friday. But now the time is currently 7:39. This is what the market has currently dropped to. If the market is to open, this thing will come down to the value of this thing. These candles, but these candles are just a diagrammatical representation of the market price. Like I said, this scale by the side is just a ruler showing you, what, like let's say for example, you have centimeters, you have a ruler, 1 cm, 2 cm, 3 cm, 4 cm, exactly. These candles you're seeing are just the diagrammatical representation of where the price currently is. So when the price is here, it will be here. When the price is here, it's going to be here. Once the price is here, it's going to be here. So if you look at here, if you look closely, you will see thin green line. This thin green line here is showing you where the market currently is at. And trace it to here, 1.15985. Okay, that's where the market was as at Friday. So anything that makes this market open right now, this thing price is not going to be here again. Like this thing is going to go up from here to around here, 992. And if euro gains strength, what will happen to keep climbing up? If USD keep losing strength, to keep climbing up. And then if euro loses strength and USD gains strength, to come down again. And that's how the markets keep going. And that's why you have this. They say it's not difficult, right? Forex is not difficult. It's simple. Very, very simple. Very simple. So that is it. The introduction to Forex. That is it. Every single thing you need to know about what they call it, why the market moves up, the way it moves up, quotes, base, market price, how the market price is gotten, why it goes up, why it comes down, what causes it to go up, what causes it to come down, stuff like that summarized. So tomorrow, when we are going to go into the technical part of trading, you know, you're going to actually understand me better. You understand? So with this, we will be wrapping up the session. Let me talk briefly on the things we are going to teach tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a very powerful session, 2 hours also, and we are going to cover topics like I would introduce you in introduction to others. I'll just simple buy, right? Sell, TP, SL. Then after I'm done explaining this one, we'll go straight to broker, broker versus market. Then when I'm done explaining this broker stuff, I'll show you how to create an account with a broker, then one live account. Then I will show you how to. Then after that, after I'm going to show you how to create an account, I'll show you how to use MT5 to enter trades. And after showing you how to use MT5 to enter trades, next thing we'll now go is to trading view, introduction to trading view. Before we get to this introduction to trading view, after this, how to use MT5 to enter trades, I will enter lot size pips, pipettes, risk calculations, then introduction trading view. After this, we'll do support resistance beginner. Then after that, we'll do support resistance advanced. This advanced, I'm teaching you how to use support and resistance to analyze trades and take trades on your account. Then after that, okay. After that, I'm going to teach you things, other things actually, that are very, very, very powerful. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep those ones till tomorrow. Then I'll bring on a very powerful coach who would come and teach a different topic analysis from your smartphone. Because as you can see now, I'm using a laptop to do all these trainings, right? I'm going to show you how to enter trades on your phone, how to create an account on your phone, all of those things you get. But when I'm showing trading view, introduction to trading view, I'm going to use it on my laptop. So the coach I'm going to bring on is going to come and teach you how to do every single thing I talked about from this trading view, support and resistance, beginners and advanced. Just come and share how to do all of those things on your smartphone. Then after that, special. I don't actually name the topic, but let me just put special here. Training. Then after that, we end tomorrow. So tomorrow is will be power packed. This is more powerful than today's phone. All right. So thank you very much for joining. If you know you got value from this session, what I'm going to do is the recording of this session is going to be left on the website for today because I know a lot of persons maybe were not aware of this, or maybe they forgot. You understand, or maybe they were not aware and they want to revisit the training to get what we talked. So I'm going to leave the recording on the platform So if you have somebody now, the thing about this life, and should I tell you, most persons really want to do things themselves. All right, most persons want to do things themselves. Now, I'm not saying it is bad to want to do things yourself, right? But you just need to understand something. Okay, when I started trading forex, it was my elder sister that introduced me to forex. Okay, if I want to do something, and then I have some friends that I feel like they can benefit. This guy, why this guy na smart guy. Oh. If he's happy this forex stuff, oh, if you like him, everybody actually have things they are passionate about. The fact you're learning forex today, it may be your passion. You may end up trading for the next 30 years. Like me, I've trading for like almost 6 years already. But as I when I started, there are people that also started with me too that dropped off. They didn't like the stuff at some point. You understand? So if my elder sister didn't tell me about this, I'm not going to be here. Do you understand? You get so if you find something and oh this thing is very good or more, this is my guy, share with them. If you share this, you tell 10 of your friends, oh, I joined this training, look at it, though, very, very powerful. But this guy, they teach you, oh, more guy, this forex stuff, simple guy. Just tell 10 of these your friends, and 10 of them join tomorrow. They register this evening, they watch the recording overnight, and tomorrow they pay, they join, right? If in the next 3 4 months, maybe you're doing it on your own and you're making small, small progress and stuff like that, your friend can actually make up to 30K or 40K dollars from funded channel. Like some person move faster than others when it comes to forex. You understand? You get like in mind that type of thing. Bro, which strategy will you trade now? They'll tell you. And before you do it now, you've learned the strategy. Do you understand? So when you see something like this, you see a good man like this, try to share it with your friends and you know that this person, you understand? Even if you don't even know, so just share with them how much is 2000 naira. You understand? 2000 naira can change your this. And once you move with friends, it becomes easier because you guys can have a group session on Zoom, all of you are together analyzing chat, talking about what you learned. It's just much more fun. You understand? And there was this particular person, she tried learning how to trade forex, she could not learn it. So what did she do? She paid for her friend to learn the forex. Her friend came in, learned, made $50,000 in 6 months. The friend counted $10,000 and gave the girl, "Thank you very much for introducing me to this." But if that girl say, "I'm on this time, don't you learn now," Mama just keep her. Use it. And now because her friend already knows how to do it, now it's much easier for her now. You get what I'm saying? So tomorrow, make sure you don't join alone. All right. 2,000 naira is not my problem. That's why I'm doing this session. I've been talking for like 2 hours. Yes, and the thing is that I want to share the opportunity with as much persons as possible. So if you have 5 good friends, 10 friends, tell them about the training, send them the link, let them join, let them watch the recording and get themselves ready for tomorrow. So we are like 7 to 10 persons for each from each person. We should have 70 persons on the call tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining. And see you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely, fantastic, and beautiful day. If you got value from the call, head over to the group chat you are on and help me drop value 5 times. Just only 5 value. Value, 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 value. And that's it all. See you guys tomorrow evening. Have a lovely, fantastic, and beautiful day. Bye.